I'm super struggling with getting this message out. But my message is that you're good enough. And no matter what you're told or how you feel, you're good enough. And I think that's one of the cool things with the reciprocity movement is getting you to see that no matter what goes on in your life, there's not much that you can change. I actually don't believe. So there was this push in the academic game. There still is today. It's very deeply ingrained towards productivity, where you measure yourself, your worth, how good you are, how perfect you are, how godly you are, based on the number of publications that you actually have. And this is very true. If you talk to any sort of scientist, that's how they actually understand how good that you actually are. And if you don't face up to that standard, then you're somehow considered not good. You're a failure, you're problematic. You should not be in the professions. You shouldn't be doing the thing that you're doing because you're not living up to the standards. And this is why I actually started building the reciprocity platform. By the way, please help out, share, do all of that kind of stuff, because the platform that I'm trying to build is to create a non-rejectable paper, a system that helps us get through so that we can create non-rejectable papers that are amazing when we actually do that. So, the truth is none of us live up to that standard. And what's really interesting is even myself, that would be considered quote unquote successful, I can't even live up to that standard. And I have talked to a lot of people at all levels of the profession, and they say the same thing. It's almost like confession. If you go to the Catholic Church, you have to give your sins up. And it's almost like confession, where people talk about how they just cannot live up to this standard. They never feel good. And it doesn't matter how high they've made it in terms of who they actually are. And I want you to just remember that and reflect on this. None of that stuff matters. What matters is you're getting up and you're doing the thing that you would like to do. And it doesn't matter the context that you actually are in. It doesn't matter if you're doing it in this place or that place. What matters is you get to do it and have fun when you're doing it. Now, why don't I actually believe in productivity? The reason is from experience, I actually don't get more productive if I do this thing or that thing, or I try this or I try that. What ends up happening is I get more productive because of new technologies that I actually try, things I experiment with that frankly has nothing to do with me. And so I would encourage you to drop that notion that you can get more productive by working more, by this idea that your output gets higher by working all of the time and beating yourself up when you're not actually working. How you actually improve is just enjoying what you're doing and having fun and exploring things and trying different things. I am so beyond this at this moment, where I think about how productive I actually am. And it's really interesting. I encourage you to look up anything about PhD life, about research life on the internet. It's all about productivity. And what does that tell you? How are people actually feeling inside? They're not feeling that good. And so how do we remove this? We have to start taking charge of our lives. We have to start saying, I am just going to enjoy it. I'm going to go for walks when I need to go for walks. I'm going to read when I need to read. And I'm just going to enjoy the process. The whole thing is just for fun anyways. And if it doesn't work out, whatever that looks like, you're going to be perfectly happy and amazing no matter what. And I want you to remember that. You're going to be remarkable. and you're going to be perfectly happy and amazing no matter what happens to you.